Welcome to Mind the Gap. I'm Darius, aka Tacitus Freewalker.
It's your boy TK, aka TKD Uchiha.
And you are now watching Mind the Gap.
For sure.
And we're going to talk about the speculation surrounding COVID-19 and how we feel about that. But first, I think we should give you an update on where we are. Right now, we're in a transition phase, I guess you would say. We're doing a little branding update.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting our set together. So I know it's been a long time since you've seen us on the backdrop, but we still getting it together.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we coming up with a new format. We want to show you our process because we want to promote critical thinking. So we want to show you how we go from point A to point B.
Facts.
So we're going to give you, I guess you would say what?
It's a raw form of our conversations. We'll have a subject or we'll have a conversation and we'll talk about how we feel about it initially.
Yeah.
And then we'll research it.
And then we'll
come back and see if those things
hold up. Yeah, and see if we change. So right now, I guess right now you're going to see an exchange and we're going to come up with questions or topics that we need to research, do more research. So today we're going to be talking about speculation around COVID-19. Oh, sorry. It's been a minute. So make sure you follow us on social media, PODMTG, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, if you want to, you can hit us up. Subscribe to us on Patreon, become a member, and you get bonuses for that.
For sure.
All right. So there's a lot of speculation surrounding the coronavirus. Well, I guess we can start. How do you feel about just everything that's happening in general?
For Corona?
Corona, whatever you want to tackle about.
First of all, it's a hell of an inconvenience, man. It messed up my paper. I hadn't found. Well, I will say this.
It helped me out for a minute, so I'm not gonna say, because when that first wave hit and they laid us off, and then them unemployment checks started rolling in, I was at peace with the situation.
I'm glad you got it, because my job, they didn't give a damn. It was like, y'all gonna work.
I ain't get it for long, though, but because we opened back up.
I will say, man, it did open up more opportunities for me to make more money or opportunities for me to go after things that I put on hold. It gave me time to be in the house, to focus, and actually do certain things. So, and with that, I basically came up with 2 new forms of income. Yeah.
I think, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off. But I think for a lot of people, especially us, it opened our eyes, like, because me, it's like, damn, I really am dependent on this job. Like, so if something happened to cut me off, I need to come up with a whole new strategy how to deal with life. Like, I can't be dependent on a 9-to-5 job. I need, multiple sources of income in case one of them drops. Right. So I think they are good.
The craziest thing about it, I already had 2 extra ones, but because I'm a massage therapist and this happened, it cut that one out.
Yeah.
So I had to. But with that, I came up with 2 more. So that came out. That was. But with everything, it have allowed me to see how stupid people are as far as our government, and then on down, and it showed me like.
Because I don't think we handle this well.
Just in our for real, just in our community, like I've seen how dumb people are through and through with everything that's been going on, how selfish people are, but also I've seen how much people care too. I've seen the real extremes of everything that's been going on, even from the riots. I've seen the support, I've seen the ugliness, I've seen I've seen the true side of America since all this has been going on. You know how they say, like, when a person's upset, the truth come out? Yeah. I have seen America, like,
I think this whole situation just showed you how fragile we are. Like, just the whole pushback from just having to wear masks and like how people are reacting is just like just shows you like how you take like real freedom for granted. Like, if you think just having to put a mask on just to like try to slow a virus that can potentially wipe us all off is like some type of oppression.
You don't know what real oppression is.
Yeah, you don't know what real oppression is.
No. Like, I don't like, I like when you posted something, I thought it was hilarious. Because that's how I was feeling. It was like people saying that we shouldn't wear the mask, just the government trying to tell us what to do. Okay, cool. So when they tell us to wear the mask, then what? Yeah. What's the next step?
What's the next step? More because that's
if they take the mask, they got to take the vaccines.
Yeah.
no.
How do you? Because they doing that right now, and like with the vaccines and everything now, and like everybody ain't taking them.
Everybody taking that shit.
You don't have to take them if you don't want to take them. You know what I'm saying? Well, how we gonna fly on planes if it's mandatory, you know, to take the vaccine? So I don't think that's the case now.
I didn't see it.
We gotta look into that. But I don't know.
But I ain't seen no shit like that.
I know there's a certain thing like with schools and stuff, but I'm not even sure if you can.
And that's something that people are talking about. Just like people, the same way they talking about that shit is the same way y'all talking about the government trying to create martial law with the mask. It's the same thing. It's the same conversation on both ends.
Yeah.
It's just like when you hear that shit, y'all take that shit to the extreme for whatever the reason is. I think that's crazy the way people do that stuff. Or the government trying to do. Do you know any government officials? Do you? Are you having these conversations with those people, or are you just assuming from some YouTube channel? That's what amazed me.
I know the government has done some messed up stuff. Like I know this. I understand the speculation. The distrust. Side note, we got to read this book. It's by a black young lady. I forgot her name. It's something Williams. She wrote a book on the Tuskegee experiment. Mm-hmm. She was saying they actually didn't inject them with syphilis.
I don't know.
What it was they already had syphilis, and they were masking it as if they were giving them the treatment. Mm-hmm. But they were really interested in how syphilis develops in the black body. So while they thought they were getting treated, they were just getting a placebo and allowed to, you know, spread it and keep getting it.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to read again, but from what I read, when I first heard about it, it was said they was giving.
Yeah. So we gotta look into it. But that's something else.
I'll look into that.
So I get it. I get the speculation. The government.
There have been other cases where people have got reparations or like remember we did the reparations thing, where we found there was many people around this country that got reparations because they was experimented on. So I get the distrust. Okay. Believe me.
Yeah. We understand it. But for me, my point of view is the things I hear to back up their point of view doesn't hold up. Mm-mm. And my whole thing about this whole situation is before coronavirus, like before even shut down, before even all that, the numbers show that people that look like you and me were being affected at a disproportionate rate because of, you know, access to health care, you know, poverty, all these other situations. Yeah. This was before then. Mm-hmm. So I think to sow distrust or like in like the information that we're getting can potentially wipe us out and kill us. So I think it's okay to be speculative, but if you're gonna say something and create this air of distrust, and so people will drop their guard and take it less serious, I need you to provide you like real evidence. If you saying the numbers are bloated, then where are you getting your numbers from? Yeah. If you say if you're saying that, then where you getting how can I trust you more than, you know, with this situation? If you're saying, hey,
you sound like the government. You sound like you just making up shit.
Yeah. The people that you saying are making up shit, you sound like them. Mm-hmm. You just sound like on the opposite end. If you saying, hey,
and you got to believe them because you ain't got no information. You ain't got no scientists. You ain't say this is backed by science.
You just going how you feel.
You just saying I don't like it.
What you think about the situation.
I don't like it.
If your cousin worked in Florence or the middle of West Bubblefuck or whatever, and she said, oh, it's not that big of a deal, so you take her word, then you got to explain to me why your cousin who works in the middle of nowhere saying that versus somebody who works in New York who's in the middle saying, oh, this shit is
my
real.
cousin. Well, my cousin said this and she in New York.
Yeah, why does your cousin matter more than these people up here?
Because it's all the same in their mind. It's all the same. If it's happening here, it gotta be happening.
It's gotta be happening. Or if you say, oh, the hospital just classifying deaths to boost the number so they can get paid, then I expect you know the policies that allow them to do that.
Oh,
like
facts.
What insurance policy allows them to do that?
What is it called? What is it called?
What is it called? Let's start there.
What are you doing?
That's what I'm saying. If you gonna say these things, I expect you to be able to back them up.
Research.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Tell me what it is.
Tell me what it is, because you just saying, oh, they just making money off they do. I need you to show me your source and tell me how you back that up.
Oh, just give it to me. Just give me the source and I'll read it.
Because your attitude could be killing the people you love. Because I don't know about everybody else, but every day I come into more and more contact with people. It's getting closer and closer to me. People at my job, people, family members, friends. Oh, my grandma got it, or such and such, and it's getting closer and closer to me. Somebody lying, but all I know is people are catching it, people are dying.
See, I remember the conversation you was having last night. What was it, last night before last? And you was like, modular was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, pain was right.
I think modular is just, I say that because with free will, people just don't just don't get it. Yeah. They just don't get it. And I think Payne had a point because if they don't understand what it is to lose something or like experience that thing, they will never understand what's going on.
It's like you only learn. Well, a lot of people, most people learn through pain.
Yeah,
they don't have the.
And that's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid it's gonna get to the point where people the closer you start dying, and they're like, oh, we should have been doing X,
but then
Y,
even
Z.
when you know what I'm saying, those same people, they're banning, go, well, why didn't the government take care of this? Well, we told y'all what to do. Y'all free will, with your free will, you chose not to do that shit.
We all we ask you to do is wear a mask, bro. Wear a mask. Is that so hard?
Bro, and then the CO2 levels. I said, how long are you wearing that shit, bro?
First of all,
how long are you wearing the mask?
We're looking at that too. The studies behind the CO2, and that's another thing I hear.
I seen this girl. She was online. She said, and I laughed, and I get what she was trying to say, but I was like, this was terrible. He said, now they trying to enforce us to wear masks when we go in the grocery stores and stuff like that. But what about people with breathing problems? I said, what? I was drinking, so I almost dropped my drink. I was like, what? You talking about, you worried about, he said, what if people start following? I like, you can't take the mask off? You can't call somebody to pick up your food? There's plenty of things. Bro, Amazon, everybody got something. And on top of that, you complain about not being able to breathe with a disease that's keeping people from breathing. Like, I don't even understand that, bro. If you that worried about your ability to breathe, you shouldn't be going outside anyway. Mm-hmm. With a disease and then you are more prone to get messed up than anybody else. Mm-hmm. So why would if that's your complaint, why are you going outside? Why not just order your food? Why not just get somebody to pick up your groceries?
I just can't think of many. I just can't really think of many reasons why it's such a problem, other than how people feel about it to wear masks. Like sometimes I wear my mask. It's not the most comfortable thing, but it's not gonna kill me. Mm-mm. Like Corona. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be uncomfortable than in the hospital for 14 days.
I seen somebody say, if you don't like that mask, but it's gonna be hell when you have to put that ventilator on. I said, damn. Ooh. So don't hit them like that.
Ooh, don't do it to him. What is you doing, baby?
I keep wasting
but that's
my
another.
tea.
Come on now, don't waste the tea.
I know, man.
Don't waste the tea.
Put that down.
The health ramifications for wearing the mask. We can look into that CO2 levels and whatnot. But the masks I wear don't hold CO2. The majority of the masks I think people wear don't really hold CO2, and if it does, you can just release that shit or decompress or something. I would think.
I did see one girl, she got messed up from, but she was like having hers on like 8 hours of the day because that's what she worked at. She had hers on like constantly 8 hours of the day.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Yeah, you gotta do something.
So I get CO2.
Yeah, but that's something rare, bro.
Yeah,
I don't understand that, man. Especially, I don't know. People be complaining about that junk, bro. But you smoke though. You smoke, bro.
You don't care about your breathing in the first place.
Anyway, bro.
I see, and people, the whole lockdown in the first place when we first had to stay in, and even to now, people saying that they're just trying to keep us in the house to lower our immune system, so that when we go out, that they'll be too low and we'll be forced to get the vaccines.
You still go outside.
And like, first of all, because I think I saw somebody talking about on Joe Rogan or something. He was like they were comparing like our immune system to cardiovascular system. It's like it's not like the cardiovascular system where like it's only as strong as it needs to be. Yeah. Like if you're a runner and you start running and you go running again, it's not gonna be the same way. Yeah. Like we've been building our immunity systems since we were born. If you be in a house for 2 months, drop short immunity system to where you just getting affected by everything, you got another problem because you got autoimmune disease. Yeah. So that's something else.
Yeah, I don't know. That when people say stuff like that, they just read partial of the argument. Then they read that argument, they read that article and then say that's their research, but then they research how does the immune system work.
Or research how that article got their information.
Mm-hmm. That's how research works. Research doesn't work when you just read somebody else that research. So it's called cross-reference. It's also going deep into something that you've seen. Okay, well, they say this does this. Well, let me research. Does it do that?
Is there a certain amount of consistency that has to be in your evidence?
Because you got to understand everything is biased.
Everything saying different things, then your point won't hold up.
I seen that somebody was posting how They was like, well, like you said earlier, people like, well, the numbers, they fluctuate numbers. Well, that's fine. Or they putting on death certificate that it was this instead of this. Well, they've been doing that for years.
Mm-hmm.
If you research, the hospital have always been doing that. That they always have been. I think I seen something, I want to say it was Virginia. They did a study on them and half the death certificates was wrong. So it's always been like that. And then like later on, weeks later, when we finally did hit 100,000 cases, they were saying, well, we hit 100,000 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then they also saying, well, according to the numbers, it could be 10 times worse than we thought. So if I'm looking at that number, then I'm looking at yours or some another article. Well, what do we meet in between? I can only go by the information that is
and
given.
even if we go in between,
I only go by the information that I'm given because these are two parties saying opposing things. Yeah. At that point, it's just what do you believe and what do you know?
Here's my whole thing. I think we got like 4 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
So
20 minutes is not enough.
It's not. I don't think I have much more to say, but my whole thing is, do your Googles. I understand speculation, but this is an issue that we have to handle with care. Because if we mishandle this, we could cost a lot more lives than needs to be necessary.
Thanks.
So,
my thing is, care about those that are around you, man. I had a person at my job who had it, and he kept going around his family. He went around his family. He went around his grandma, his mom, his cousin. Stuff. They all got that shit. Everybody that was around him got that shit. That's what I'm thinking. And somebody may not survive. And according to somebody at my job that know him, he said his grandfather's in the hospital, not doing well. Grandmother just been able to kind of move, and she may have to go back to the hospital. Ain't nothing you want to see. That's nothing I want for my grandmother or anybody else. So, but if you don't care, then that's them your people. I mean, but if they die, that's on your hands, brother, sister.
So
that's
where I'm at with it, bro. I haven't followed the guidelines strictly. So I gotta do better myself. But at least try. I mean, it's not gonna kill you to wear a mask until we figure out what the right way is. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah,
the mask is not just for you; it's for those who are around you, brother.
It's more for people around you.
Yeah.
Ironically, when I first learned why Asian people wear masks in the first place to not get other people sick, because I always thought they would just walk around sick or something, or, try not to get sick from other people. They do it to not get other people sick. So that's been a trend.
Yeah. Over
there for years, and now we just trying to adopt it everywhere else.
Yeah. We call our disobedience patriotism.
Patriotism, and it might kill us. So
that's reckless, man. Don't be reckless.
We're gonna look back at this episode. We're gonna see what it is we need to study, policies and stuff. So we're gonna do a follow-up video. If you have any questions, any doubts, any speculation that you want us to look into, or you think we should know, hit us up. You can hit us up on one of our social media platforms at PODMTG, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can also contact us via email on our website, podmtg.com.
That's it. Like, comment, subscribe,
and
hit the bell.
Hit the bell. And this was Mind the Gap. Thank you for watching the video. And we got 2 minutes left. Anything you want to squeeze in?
Hey, much love, man. Y'all out here being reckless, man.
Yeah.
Nah, it's playing. But y'all be safe.
And we appreciate the support that we've been getting.
For sure, bro.
And the videos might come sporadic, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
bro.
we got a lot of stuff going on.
We got a lot of stuff going on. And that's the way it should be. We don't need to be running our mouth if we ain't got nothing real to say. So thank you very much. And as always, Mind the Gap. It records 20 minutes at a time. I can just restart it. Like it's not just like we just got 20 minutes and we gotta go.